So I get a lot of distress DMs from medical students as well as students in other departments asking me about tips on how to study. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing my personal tips and tricks, which I found helped me did really well in med school and which I think can help you too. So if you're one of those poor souls struggling, don't worry, I got you, so keep watching. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Dr. Mariam. I am a foreign trained junior doctor living in Abuja. I make medical videos to help junior doctors navigate through the medical life, as well as health videos for people genuinely curious about their health. Okay, so you all know that it wouldn't be a video without my tea. So the number one complaint I get from students is that, Dr. Mariam, I'm studying, but it's not sticking. And my response to them is always that that's normal. It's expected. That's what's supposed to happen. Your brain was not programmed to retain every information automatically, immediately. Otherwise, people with photographic memory really wouldn't be special. So I may not help you get photographic memory, but I can help you with these tips on how to make studying much easier for you. So the number one tip I have for you, and the most important, is to never, ever let work pile up for you. So some people make the mistake of waiting till the weekend to revise. Others wait till the week of the exam, and that's never a good idea because research has shown that you lose almost 70% of the information you get within 24 hours. And if you think about it, the medicine is so much. And not just medicine, any course you're doing, the coursework is so much. Why would you ever leave it till the last minute to do it? So if you're one of those people, stop doing that right now. What I usually suggest to people is try to revise within 24 to 48 hours. That was what I did back in med school. If I couldn't study that day, I would study the day after because I found that was what worked most for me. And it's generally easier to revise within that time period because the information is still fresh in your mind. So the second tip I have for you guys is to do some pre-lecture studying. Okay, so after high school, nerds don't exist anymore. The fact that you went to college, you're already a nerd. So forget that mentality that if you study too much, you'll be a nerd. Okay, you're there to pass your exams, you're there to graduate. Okay, so it's very important to do some pre-lecture studying. You don't need to do any in-depth reading. Just flip through the material. If it's a PowerPoint, a book, a presentation, just go through it before the actual lecture. This will do 2 or 3 things for you. Okay, during the lecture, it will allow you to focus more because you don't have to have divided attention between the teacher and what's in front of you. Secondly, it's going to answer some preformed questions that you didn't even know you had in your mind. And generally, it's also easier to study because you've gone through it almost 3 times. So when you're revising, it's much easier. So try to do some studying done before the lecture. Look at the material before the lecture. Trust me, it makes all the difference. Number 3, this is my personal favorite, and I always tell people that repetition is key. Okay, it does not matter how long you spend on a lecture, rather how many times you read that lecture. I can guarantee you that you're going to retain information much better if you read that lecture 3 times. I'm holding 2, but it should be 3. If you read that lecture 3 times rather than spend 3 hours on that lecture. Now just think about it. You, logically speaking, you're not going to get every single thing on the first try, so why waste your time on it? Just read. If you don't understand, move and come back to it later. Personally, that was what I did. That was what helped me. Back in med school, I used to study 10 lectures in 2 hours, and people will always be shocked, how did I do that? But I knew in my head that the key was consistency and repetition, not wasting my time on something that I didn't even understand. So I personally would suggest that try to spend as little time as possible on each thing. Read it. If you don't understand, move past it and come back to it at a later time. The next tip I have for you guys is to find your method. Okay, I have this little classification that I have in my head where I classify people into 3 groups. I have my visual learners, my auditory learners, and then both. So to me, a visual learner is somebody who gets more and retains more information by seeing it. For example, reading a book, reading a PowerPoint, reading a handout. And then the auditory learner is the person who retains more information when they're hearing it, for example, in a group study situation. And then you have people like me who are both. And personally, I feel like I get more when I'm both seeing it and hearing it at the same time, and I found that videos worked best for me. I will never retain any information if I read a book. And generally I don't go to group meetings, like group studies, until I've actually understood the material. So for me, it's not the books, it's not the group study, it's the videos. Okay, well, you can argue that like watching a video, getting both like visuals and auditory, is the same as attending a lecture. To me, it's not, because I can pause a video, I can rewind, I can sleep, I can go and eat, I can come back at my own time. And let's be honest, like not everybody can deliver a lecture and actually have people understand. So for this tip, it's very, very important for you to find which method works best for you, adapt it and use it, because it's actually a powerful tool, knowing yourself and knowing what works best for you. Next, if it's not sticking, drop it. Okay, my friend, sometimes we're in a slump, we wake up, we're not really in the mood to study and we try to force it in, and that's never a good idea. Trust me, my policy is, if it's not entering, just drop it and go do something else. Okay, you might have some impending laundry, some cleaning to do, go eat, go take a walk, anything. Just drop that thing, because I can guarantee you, you're just going to waste your time. It's not going to enter, and you're going to have all those impending tasks still waiting for you at the end of the day. So my trick is just, if it's not entering, drop it, go clear all those things that you have to do, come back to it at a later time. Like, you have the advantage of knowing that at least you've done what you were supposed to do anyway. And then that guilt that you didn't study, you see, that guilt is very important because it can drive you sometimes. Like, and I also tell people, like, you don't have to study every day. Studying every day personally didn't work for me. I would study most days of the week, but studying every day, for me, like, it was just taking away from my life, to be honest. So that guilt of like, you're supposed to study but you didn't study, use it as a weapon, because trust me, you can gain a lot from it. Like, if you actually use it, it will be a powerful drive for you. So just know that if it's not sticking, drop the lecture or drop whatever you're doing, go finish, come back to it at a later time. It's really going to work. Try that. Number 6, are we at 6 or 7? I forgot. Anyway, who's keeping count, right? All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. Don't like just make everything about studying, everything about college life. Don't let college consume you. Okay, you were somebody else, you had an identity before you came to college, so retain that. If there are things that you used to enjoy, still make time for that. Okay, because trust me, you will just be dull, like, if you stop doing everything that you used to love. So my advice is, go out with friends, go for a walk, watch a movie, just anything to keep your identity to yourself. Even if you don't have a hobby, go get one. Okay, it's going to work like wonders for you. For me personally, I like crochet, I like anime, and that was what kept me sane through med school. So just remember to have fun. Okay, it's not about studying. Have a life, have fun, enjoy your experience. Another tip is physical activity. I don't know why people underestimate the power of exercise. Okay, exercise is not only good for your mind, it's also good for your body. Many research has shown that exercise improves sleep, improves memory, decreases stress, and decreases anxiety, which is half of your problems anyway. So why not just do it? Okay, when I was in school, I joined the female football team and I was going to the gym regularly. So you guys should do the same. Find a physical activity that works for you, indulge in that, and let it change your studying experience. Our last point, but certainly not the least, is knowing that you're not alone. Okay, so I understand that college can be a very stressful experience. You might be panicking, having anxiety, all of that. It's important to know that it happens to everybody. It's normal. You're not alone. It happened to the people before you, it's happening to the people with you, and it's going to happen to the people after you. So relax. Okay, you're going to pass your exams, you're going to graduate, you're going to do just fine. Let yourself soak in all the experience, okay, because this is one of the best times of your life. So we've reached the end of our video, guys. I hope I gave you some useful tips that you can use. If I did, please leave me a like. Let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe, please. It will give me the motivation I need to keep making videos. Hit that bell notification. Thank you for watching, and as always, I'll see you next time. Bye.